Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Bhajagovindam, Sloka number 27. Geyam Gita Nama Sahasram, Dhyeyam Shripati Rupamajasram, Neyam Sajjana Sange Chittam, Deyam Dina Janaya Chavittam, Bhajagovindam, Bhajagovindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. For the ignorant people who are focusing their attention only on the material world and the material prosperity and the material enjoyments. For all of them, here in Bhajagovinda, called with a title called Mudhamati. In the 27th shloka, we have seen very elaboratedly few practices are given, a systematic scheme of practices. First, with the karma yoga, give the charity, do some service, and help others. So, in this way, karma yoga is introduced. Then the second one is upasana yoga. In upasana yoga, the japam and the dhyanam. In order to know the correct importance of the purport of the karma yoga and the upasana yoga, we must associate with the Mahatmas. So the important practice sadhana given here, be in the satsang. Neyam sajjana sange chittam. Let your mind engage and entertain and involve with the listening of the satsangam from the great masters. No, after giving these practices, today in the 28th shloka, let us see what it is said. Sukata kriyate rama bhogah पश्चाद्यन्तः शरीरे रोगः यद्यपि लोके मरणं शरणं तदपि न मुञ्चति पापाचरणं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते. In this particular shloka, the point importantly said is the how to get rid of the lust and the passion, and the importance of keeping away from the lust and the passion. In a technical term in Sanskrit, this attraction towards the lust or the passion towards the opposite sex is called kamini. Here, kamini means generally telling about the stree. In the shloka also, Rama word is used. Sukataha kriyate Rama bhogaha. One who indulge and derives the pleasure for the sake of the pleasure, he indulge with the opposite sex. Rama. This Ramaha is the masculine noun, and Rama Rama. Rama is the feminine word. Now, this specific usage of this Rama is indicates the sensual pleasure, any sensual pleasure, or generally it is called as the Stri. Ramate asmin iti Ramaha. The Jnanis will revel in the Rama, but Ajnanis revel in the Rama. So the difference is that. So Atmaramulu, Bhogaramulu. The Laukikas and the ignorant people only indulge in the Bhogas. So here in the first line, Sukataha Kriyate Rama Bhogaha. That means here we have to take all any kinds of sensual pleasures. Then this is the common weakness when we talk about the attraction towards the opposite sex is the very difficult to conquer. In generally in every human being, this is the common weakness, or we can take it here as a material enjoyments. So now we may get the doubt that we should not enjoy anything in this world, or we should not uh, have the pleasure of the enjoyment of the opposite sex. No, Shastra never said like that you should not have it all. But only thing, be moderate, have control, be legitimate and legal. So that much only Shastra telling to keep us in discipline, because anything too much will bind us. Anything too much leads to the uh, disease. So here, that is only said in the second line, Paschat. Okay, in the beginning, the man wants to indulge and enjoy more and more luxuries and pleasures. But what at the end ends with the roga. Bhoge roga bhayam. Bhartruhari, the great poet, said, when you are indulging and enjoying more and more, you will have the fear of roga. Because all this too much indulgence in the any kind of sensual enjoyments will lead to the roga. Anything, eyes, ears, nose, or the tongue, anything, all will lead to the any sensual organ, or any, not only the organs of the senses but the organs of the action also. So they will lead to the roga. That's why we must have moderation. There is a subhashita about this moderation. Atidanat balir baddha abhimanat suyodhana विनष्टे रावणो लौल्यात् अतिः सर्वत्र वर्जयेत्. What is the main message of the Subhashita? Ati sarvatra varjayet. Too much involvement of any sensual activity should be avoided. We should not overdo anything. Now, here examples given in the Subhashita by Ati Danat. Dhanam is good only. Just now we heard in the 27th sloka. But Bali Chakravarti, there is nobody equal to me in the charity. So he is uh, boasting himself, I am the greatest uh, charity person. In Dana, I am the supreme. So Lord came in test and taken away everything, and he is bound by. Even Lord tied him because of his this kind of over dana guna. Of course, that story The message is different, but here Subhashita taking that much part, Ati Danat Bali Baddha. But by surrendering everything, Bali not only given all his property and the kingdom and everything, but he surrendered himself and he offered himself. That is a different thing. But here, Abhimanat Suyodhanaha, because of too much this arrogance and all that, Abhimanam, Garvam, proudness, Suyodhana got destroyed. Suyodhana means Duryodhana, another name. In the same way, the great Ravana in the Ramayana, we know the demon Ravana, who is very powerful also because of his uncontrolled desire for the women and unsteady mind. Laulyat means both. When there is no control on any sense and wavering mind and distracted mind and particularly addicted to the opposite sex. This the asha on the Stri because Sita, Ati. So in this way we can see so many examples. Ati sarvatra varjayet. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Lord said that Yuktahara viharasya yuktachestasya karmasu yuktaswapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. Whoever walks, whoever wants to walk in the spiritual path, for such a yogi, it becomes a obsession and obstacle that is not being yuktam. Yuktam means moderate. If you are not moderate, ati is always dangerous. So there, Bhagavan said, you must be moderate in ahara, vihara, nidra, and waking. You should not do too much sleep. You should not uh, stop sleeping at all. You should not eat too much, and you should not starve too much. So in this way, you should not. You should have recreation and moderately, but you should not do over. So in this way, sukata kriyate rama bhogaha paschat antah sharire rogaha. Now, diseases will come even if you are having a very disciplined lifestyle also, because you may get doubt. Oh, here it is said only if I enjoy, indulge only, no, I will get the disease. No, no. Diseases will come because of the prarabdha also, and no one can escape from them. But why wantedly, by knowing with your own hands, you are spoiling yourself by indulging? Now, a person who is a drunkard, he knows very well he is losing his money, he is losing his health, he is losing his love toward the family affection and all that. He knows, but still he is indulging means what? Then that is doing with your spoiling with your own hands. No, that we should not do. So disease no one can escape. What is supposed to come due to the prarabdha karma that will come. So here we have to think in that way also. But here, this control of the senses and the control of the mind prescribed, unless a person, a disciplined and controlled minded person, he cannot walk in the spiritual path. He cannot achieve the goal. He cannot strive for the Atma Gnana. That's why all these things. Okay, then you see another side, whether you get the disease or not, whether you are indulging less or more. But ultimately, at the end of the life, one day or other, everybody has to die. The body will die. You have to leave this body and go. Yadi api, even though if you see in the world, maranam only sharanam. Maraname sharanam. That means no one can escape. So keep this in the mind. So have some discipline, control, and make use of this body before it dies, for which purpose this human body we got. So strive for that self realization, self knowledge, and complete your achievement of this Paramarthika Satyam, Jnanam, and live afterwards you will live like a Jivan Mukta. Who is Jivan Mukta? What is Mukti? Mohat Vimukti iti Mukti. Mohat Mukti iti Mohat Mukti iti Moksha. Hmm? Mohat Mukti iti Moksha. So, Yadapi Loke Saranam Maranam. Maranam, everybody has today. So, why you feel so arrogant? Why you feel so greedy? Why you are indulging too much? And because of your too much indulgence, naturally you will do adharmic actions and you will uh, torture or disturb many people in the world. So, ati, too much involvement. So, remember this also. One day this body has to die. And but here, this statement, if we say, there are some Nastikas like Charvaka Mata, that kind of people will argue and say, yes, anyhow, this body is going to die. Then, before it dies, why can't we enjoy? Body is given, sense organs are given only to enjoy. How much you can indulge in the sensual pleasures in whatever way, by hook or crook, you grab either money, possess, enjoy. Because afterwards, anyhow, this body is going to die. This is not the correct philosophy. Okay? As long as you live joyfully, not by indulging. There are yogis, rishis, munis, mahatmas who are very much happy than you without indulging in the world. If you are indulging in the world, your energy is totally wasted in the uh, no material way, and as like Ganga water allowing into go into the ditch water, or bringing the Ganga water and washing the bathroom and the toilet. So that's in that way, the human life is very precious, very rare to get this body. This is meant for only to become a animal man to the man, and the man to the man, and man should become the divine man, superman, divine man, and discovering his divinity itself. That is the purpose. So you should not take the wrong logic. खाओ पीवो मजा करो फिर मरो. You are also telling the same thing only, sir. Anyhow, you have to die. So before that, I will enjoy, indulge everything. This is not the right thinking. This is a wrong thinking, wrong way of thinking. That's why, even though people know that everybody is dying, and if I indulge more in any of these pleasures, I will end up with the disease. But still, by seeing all this, knowing this very much, tadapi na munchati papa sharanam. He's not taking back, he's not withdrawing from doing the papa charanam, commit the sins, going in a adharmic way. See, this is because lack of a proper discrimination and the proper discipline. So proper discrimination will give the proper discipline. Then that gives the dispassion, and that only can give you the detachment. So in this way, this shloka conveys about the how to keep ourselves, be careful about the kamini. And after telling this, in the next shloka, about the kanchanam, about the kanchanam. Kanchanam means wealth. These are the two big obstacles. Now let us read 29th shloka. Ardhamanardham bhavaya nityam nasti tata sukha lesha satyam पुत्रादपि जनभाजां भीतिः सर्वत्रैषा विहितारीतिः भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते. So after getting this human body, it is with great difficulty, with great punya of many janmas, somehow by God's grace, luckily we got the human body. Otherwise, just think, out of 84 lakhs of different variety of species bodies, why and how I got this human body? There should be some uh, reason for it. I have done some punya. So after great effort, so constructing is very difficult, but dismantling and destroying is very easy. A 30, 20 floor building, constructing how much time it will take. But if you want to collapse that entire building, now the modern scientific gadgets are there. Just within 2 seconds, they keep something dynamites this side, that side, some technology they use, and the whole building gets crumbled and falls down. So, in the same way, this after coming to the human life again, you want to go to Narakam. Hmm? To make a tree to grow is very difficult, takes lot of time. But to cut it, within few minutes or hour, you can cut it. In the same way, destroying, constructing the life or destructing the life is in our hands. That is, you have to remember. So, here about the money, wealth. You know, we need money in Dharma, Purusharthas itself, Dharma and Artha, then Kama. Now, without following the Dharma, you are indulging in Kama, it is adharmic, it is dangerous, it is a sin. That's why they kept Dharma first. Follow the Dharma. According to Dharma, you enjoy with your body, okay, moderately, legitimately. According to Dharma, you earn the money also. Earning the money is bad. Nowhere it is said. Again, here also, too much craving, becoming greedy about the money, and money is the only for me the life, because if I earn more only, I can enjoy more. Like this, so there is no limit for both of this Artha and Kama, both one after another will keep on. First, you will strive for the money Artha, but afterwards he will keep quiet. He will do only dhanam or charity. He won't enjoy, indulge more in the material world. While indulging again there, he will do commit some sin, papams, and hurt many people. So again, in this way, he himself creating a shackle or the bondage. So here in this shloka, this artham means money, wealth, is anardham, is a very a setback. Anardham means bad luck for a person. But if you say who will understand this, Bad luck means what? In the Ardham, if it is moderately you have, dharmically you earn, and you have some satisfaction with it, enough, don't become greedy. First, we want to keep the money in our hands and keep the money in our pocket. But you know what will happen? Once if the greediness increases more and more, naturally we will be in the hands of the money and we will be in the pockets of the money. Hmm? Don't ask, the money has got the pockets, sir. I don't know. You see, it doesn't have hands, it doesn't have anything, it doesn't have mouth to say. But why people are running after the money? How much we want to live with the minimum requirements of the food, shelter, and clothing? But the person up to the end of the life, he simply think about the money, 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 more, more, more. How can I accumulate? More I can invest and more I can buy this, that, and like this. Lifelong worrying and struggling for the money. Then definitely to such a person, that wealth is a anardham. So remember this bhavaya nityam. So this wealth is a poisonous snake like. It is anardham. It uh, create the problems to me. Think it is always. Remember this in the mind. And what else you remember every nityam always? Nasti tatah sukah leshah satyam. Because of the money, because of too much to be greedy towards the money, you never have the peace of mind. Nasti tatah. Thereafter, you won't get good sleep. You won't have a nice peace of mind. This is Satyam. Sukha leshaha api. But no, no, sir. I am having lot of sukham. Okay. You ask the people who are running after the money and what they justify their action and they justify their craving for the money. If the money is not there, who will respect, who will care, and all that he will argue nicely. But the fact is not that, my dear, there is no sukham. Antas sukham won't be there. Maybe bahya sukham will be there. See, and if the money is there more, for that sake, even you have to uh, fear about your own children. Putra adi api dhanabhajam bhitihi. This accumulation of the money is a very problem. It will create to you a problem from your children, own family members and relatives, friends, anybody. More particularly the children and the family members fight for the money. They all now wait when you become old, when you will divide and when you share the property and give to them. They are only concerned about it, not about you. They are not interested to serve you. This is the way of the world. That's why know this fact. Okay? Never get lost only in Ardha and Kama. This is the nature, this is the way, the world, how the people will behave. Sarvatra Esha Ritihi Vihita. This is the way of the world. No exception anywhere. That's why all the wars, all the crimes, all kinds of atrocities happening in the world only because of these three. Generally, we say, I said already before, that which we called WWW, the World Wide Web. Anybody can be trapped in this. What is that? Women, wine, and wealth. That's it. So, a materialistic person, a fool, Muda, get trapped in any one of these things, sometimes in all the three things. One is enough to destroy and spoils, to make you to downfall, go to downfall. So, sarvatra esha vihitarihi. Remember this, my dear. Hey, Mudamate. That's why go in the Bhaja Govinda. Now, here, see, generally some other points will think. One is we crave for possessing the things. What is the sensual pleasures means? More and more accumulation of the things, possessions, which we call it as a dry garbage. Before you buy this phone is in the shop, that means it is in the outside. Now after purchasing also this phone is outside only, but in my mind the possession, this is mine, without this I can't live, this is giving me so much comfort and happiness. Like this is only for example. Phone gives some uses are there with the phone, but more than the uses there are more negative things are there. So unless otherwise you know how to handle, how to use it, how much to use, then it will harm you. In the same way, anything, before we buy anything that is not of us, after buying, before buying also the object is outside only. Now after buying also the object is outside only. Hmm? Then why you are accumulating so much? Okay, this is the foolishness or ignorance. See, okay, money, money, money. If money is not there, then what else in the life? Okay, I will ask you, with money, you can buy a cushion Dunlop nice bed. But if there is no, can you buy the sleep with the money? This because of this money, you are not getting the sleep, income tax fear, other children's property fear, all the time looking about that accounts and the deposits and the shares and all this. Why you torture yourself in the old age after retirement also with this money? Finally, you are losing your peace of mind and the calmness, happiness, inner. So then that's why many rich people won't get sleep. They have to, even after having a nice pillow, bed, and everything, they have to take the drug or the liquor. In the same way, you have a lot of money, you can go to the five-star hotel and eat. You can order a rich food, so many dishes. But can you buy the appetite? Because of your mental tension and anxiety, worry, you lose your health. Your digestion gets spoiled. You won't even get hunger. So you can buy the food with the money, but you cannot buy the appetite, hunger. Same way, you can buy the AC and to keep your body cool and escape from the hot summer. But can you make your tormented, disturbed, stressed, anxious, anxiety mind cool by this AC? One step furthermore, I will tell you. Can you buy from anybody love? I will pay 1 lakh to you. You please love me. In the world, they will cheat like that only. The worldly love is like that only. But in fact, that person acts like loving you, and because of this money. You can never buy the love by money or the respect. For example, in one officer, the both are in government job. In government job, they won't much respect or anything because you are also employee, I am also employee, and that subordinate always criticize and disrespect and talk ugly about this officer. Personally, later that officer met and my dear, I will put a increment to you 500 rupees more. Hereafter, stop disrespecting and telling ill words about me, ill speaking. Can you do that? He will do. He will do wholeheartedly. See, there's respect and love. The person must have feel from within heart. They cannot be purchased by the money. They are not a commodities which you can buy through the money. So they are the values which are inbuilt in the inside of the heart, or we have to improve, cultivate those values. So in this way, you may have any so much money and all that. That's why dispassion is required in order to walk in the spiritual path. That's why after grihastha ashrama, vanaprastha ashrama prescribed, where you now you won't indulge or think about this money matters or the indulging way of thinking and all that. Now your life is a nishtha purvaka tapomaya jivanam. For that sake only, it is meant for everybody. It is meant for everybody. It is good for you and good for everybody to the society also. Then, after telling this, there is another Shubhashta about this Dhanam also. Adhamadhanamichanti, who only desires and gives importance to the money only in the life, not for the dharma or the values or the other things, dharma or moksha. He is called as a very, very lowest person. Adhama. Adhama means very inferior. Dhanamano cha madhyama. There is better middle person. Who is that? Who wants money also and some manam also, some respect also he want. He wants some respect and reverence in the among family or society. Dhanamano cha madhyama. But there is a Uttama, the superior one. Uttama manamichanti. The Uttama person wants only the uh, good respect and the reverence. That means what? He will follow the values. He cultivate the values. His heart is full of values like Lord Rama. So Uttama manamichanti ma Manehi mama mahata dhanam. For such a person, a dharmic person who give importance to the dharma, for him the manam, the self-respect, the self-discipline, uh, and the values are is the highest dhanam for him. Then after seeing this, now the 30th shloka. प्राणायामं प्रत्याहारं नित्यानित्यविवेकविचारं जाप्यसमेत समाधिविधानं पूर्ववधानं महदवधानं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते. Now, in this shloka, a beautiful, again, a scheme of systematic practices are given. I will put them in a different order, okay? Then it will be very easy to understand. Uh, One is first one same as it is said there, pranayamam. Okay. In the last line, kuru word is there. Kuru, not guru. Kuru. Kuru means start, do. So that kuru word we must apply to every word. That means pranayamam kuru. Okay. Perform the pranayamam. So pranayamam is one of the important techniques which helps for the body health and the mental health. That's why in Yoga Shastra it is an important practice. Pranayamam, pranasya pranayamam, the controlling of the breath. And prana and the mind, these two are having very close connection. Body and prana also has got connection. That means in between the body and the mind, the breath is a bridge. So by controlling the prana, you can keep your body under control and in a good health condition. And by doing the pranayama, you can control your mind also and keep the mind also in a good healthy condition. So for both the purposes, it will be useful. And so for a spiritual seeker, sadhaka, in the beginning stages, these steps are advised, told, Kuru pranayamam. Then when you start doing that, next thing is Kuru pratyaharam. Then after gaining some calmness and quietness of the mind, naturally you withdraw the mind from this unwanted indulgence. That means pratyaharam is a step in the Ashtanga Yoga also. Yama, Niyama, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. Pratyahara means the general meaning is withdrawing the senses and the mind from the external objects. Particularly first senses withdrawal. Pratyahara. But in some context, very beautiful meaning given like in Tattva Bodha, this Pratyahara means Swadharma Anushtanameva Prityaharam. Okay. What you are supposed to do, you do that, indulge in, you engage in that. So Kuru Prityaharam means you must be conscious. This should be done consciously, not a mechanical. It won't happen just like that. The control of the senses, it won't just come like that. It won't come in overnight. So Prityaharam Kuru. Then third one is more subtler practice to the mind, to purify the mind, to make the mind more single pointed. Japam Kuru. Japam Kuru. I divide the third line into Samadhi into another heading. So Japam Kuru. Or with Japam do the meditation. Japya Sameta Samadhi. I will come to that Samadhi point word later. Japya, Japa. Reciting any name of the Lord, whichever is your Ishta Devata, getting that mantra from a saintly person or a guru, or if you don't have any such kind of initiation to the mantra, whichever is in your heart already, the loving, liking God is there or goddess, the name of that God can be repeated many times, and it is a very, very powerful technique again to calm down the mind, to focus the mind, to remove the unwanted waveringness of the mind, distractions of the mind. The mind will learn to live in the present instead of roaming and rolling in the past or the future. So, Japam. I'm just giving only a few points. Each heading is a very big topic, like actually. When occasion comes in another subjects studying time, we will listen. Japam Kuru. And that Japam should help you to go more to the Manasika Japa. When the Japa becomes from shifted from Vaikari, verbal, to the Madhyama, only inside lip movements and little sound, and totally no lip movement, no sound, it is called Manasika. So Madhyama Vaikari in Lalita Sahasranama terminology, Madhyama Vaikari Rupa Pashyanti Paradevata. Even four speeches are said there, para. But for us to remember, just understand Vaikari, external chanting, internal chanting, and internal only in the mind chanting, Manasika. This Madhyama Japa, sometimes in some books it is called also Upamshu Japa. Okay, so Japam, Kuru, and Samadhi, Vidhanam Kuru. So engage your mind in meditation also. And meditation first about your Ekarupa God, then that should go and expand to the Bahurupa Dhyanam and Vishwarupa Dhyanam otherwise, and then you will have to come to the Arupa Dhyanam. Here Samadhi means we need not to take literally the Yoga Samadhi where mind absorbs and the person sits for hours together, days together without moving, without eating. Not that kind of Samadhi. Vedanta generally doesn't advise or encourage and talk about that kind of Jada Samadhi, but it talks about while you are awake, while you are interacting with your body, mind, senses, with the world. That time, if you can have the observation of the inner silence or the Sakshi who is supporting all these actions, supporting this body, mind, supporting the world, supporting the objects, senses, everything. There is one Chaitanyam Sakshi. Actually, Samadhi means Samyak Dhi. The Buddhi, if it abides in its own source, where from that reflection of the buddhi has taken place, and the reflection should look within to the real. Real is the cause for this reflection. When this reflection merges and goes back to the real, then there is one truth. So that samadhi is, or I will put in this way here, knowing our swarupa, the essential nature, intrinsic essential nature. That is called Swarupa. But Swabhava is an acquired nature. It can be cultivated, it can be changed, and it can be modified. So Swabhava is a nature. So at the Swarupa level, everything all are one. All are same consciousness. But at the Swabhava level, each one is different. So instead of focusing the attention only on the Swabhava, what is the Swarupa behind this Swabhava? That Swarupa is getting any modification or a disturbance because of the Swabhava's change. Observing all this, knowing the technically how to handle this two, the Jada and Chaitanya. What is the relationship between the Jada Chaitanyam? The Chaitanyam is always present without Jadam also. Jadam cannot affect the Chaitanyam, but without the Chaitanyam, the Jada cannot appear, and Chaitanyam is the Nitya. Satya Eka Sara Vastu. So, like this understanding is more important instead of simply closing the eyes and doing samadhi meditation. For a person who understands this correctly, properly, for him, dhyanam samadhi is 24/7. 24/7. So, when we recognize this, hmm, the self, Sakshi is unchanged principle, untouched principle, then for him, yatra yatra mano yate tatra dehabhimane galite gnate paramatmani, when deha abhimana dropped and recognized my swarupa, for him, yatra yatra mano yati tatra tatra samadhayah. In Drigdrishya Viveka, the author tells very beautifully about the samadhi. So, for a realized person, self-realized master person, is samadhi is 24/7. He won't struggle. He won't run away. He won't escape. He won't like. He never try to escape, because for him he know now what is the truth, what is the untruth, what is the real, what is unreal. He knows what is atma, what is anatma. Then that's it. Then why have to worry, fear about the anatma? Let it be there, and it cannot do any harm, any disturbance to me. This is called abiding in the knowledge. So this whole Bhajagovindam is meant for, ultimately, so many practices are told, so many restrictions are given. You give up that, give up that. Ultimately, what you have to own up your own essential nature is Satchidananda Swarupa Atma Brahman. For that, in the ending line, what author says, do all these things very, very with vigilance and alertness. Kuru, avadhanam. Avadhanam means with utmost utmost care, with alertness. So that's why two times it is mentioned, Kuru avadhanam, Mahat avadhanam, with great alertness. There is a possibility anywhere you may misunderstand and slip from the path. Because in the spiritual path itself, there are so many teachings, so many people, so many masters, and our scriptures are so vast. Unless otherwise, here avadhanam kuru, that means be vigilant. One level I will tell first this: conquer, be free from the nidra, which are enemies to you. Nidra, alasya, pramada. Three things. In Bhagavad Gita also, Lord mentions about these three. You must be very careful. Because of this nidra, alasya, pramada only, the person become careless. In Gita, when Bhagavan talking about the in 18th chapter, tamasika sukham. Sukham also three types are there, Arjuna. The samatika sukham is tamasika sukham. यदग्रे चानुबन्धे च सुखं मोहनमात्मनः. This sukham, tamasika sukham, in the beginning also it binds the person, in the end also it binds the person, and it pushes ultimately into the mohat, mohana. Sukham mohanam atmanah, it deludes the person. What is the cause of this moha, delusion, and tamasika sukham, thinking that is good, that is nice? Nidralasya pramatotham, which is born out of the, generated out of the nidra. Nidra is required. If you don't sleep, your mind won't function. You cannot be alert. But here, what it means, oversleep. Oversleeping is should be avoided. Then alasya, laziness should be avoided. Procrastination should be avoided. I will do later. What is there now? If I don't take bath now in the morning, what will happen? I will take leisurely, slowly. Like that, everything doing in a very, in a lazy manner. He never bothers about how others, and he feels so comfortable. I do at my own liking time. No, that is indication of the laziness. For everything postponing. I will do later. I will do later. And because of this laziness, those people never keep their surroundings or their things in a neat, proper, clean manner. And the third one is another pramada. Pramada means actually danger in Urartham, or meaning, danger. Pramada. What is the danger here? Pramada is that not knowing this nidra and alasya destroys me, and keep on doing the same thing, or we can say in this way, committing the same mistake again and again is called pramada. Committing the, he knows that is a mistake, but he cannot stop. He will do again and simply say sorry, excuse me. So a person who uses these words of sorry and excuse many times in a day is a useless person. It is it becomes a routine for him. Then later on it becomes habit. He will do mistake and again he will say sorry or excuse. And after some time he never realize he's doing a mistake also. That stage will come. That's why many people, they don't know what they are doing. They don't know what they are talking. But they think in their own way it is correct. I am right. I am not wrong. So this kind of what argumented mentality. So nidra alasya pramada and mahat avadhanam. Okay. So very carefully we have to do. So in this way we have completed 30th shloka also. Now all these things will come to you by final advice given in the 31st shloka. Here also again, reminding, what for all this pranayamam, pratyaharam, japam, dhyanam, yoga, karma yoga, puja, upasana, all things you must know what is the purpose of them. So very beautiful conclusion shloka. गुरुचरणाम्बुजनिर्भरभक्तः संसारादचिराग्भवमुक्तः सेन्द्रियमानसनियमादेवं द्रक्ष्यसि निजहृदयस्त्वं देवं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते. I will tell you in order. There are four things told, as like sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, anubandha chatushtayam, like that, one, two, three, four. Here you have to, so in this order, the shloka in a different format. I will take first from the bottom line, fourth line. First, this is the goal of the life. Drakshasi nija hrudayastham devam. I must know who am I. I must know what is my essential nature. Here, Hridayastham Devam means, oh, there is somebody Devam sitting in, okay, whoever may be. That is either Atma, that is maybe Krishna, that is maybe Rama, that is maybe the soul, Paramatma, whatever you may call. But there is something resident of this body, Dehi. Kshetragna. Who is this resident really? Who is shining inside and make everything to shine? Devam means Dyotanatiti Devam, which shines by itself and makes everything to shine. For example, sun. Sun shines himself and he make everything to shine. There is anything needed again to make the sun to shine? You need a candle or torchlight. Nothing is required. In the same way, this is the goal of the life. It must be very clear. Then after that only all other practices fall in a right way. Otherwise, there is no way. Okay. So drakshasi nija hridayastham devam. Okay. Who is this I am? Where from I have come? Before coming into this body, where I am? Like this inquiry, all that. But it is told here in a very beautiful, simple, poetical manner. The Rakshasi, Nija Rustam. This is the goal of the life. Then, second, uh, what for this goal of life? What I will achieve, sir, if I try to know who am I, what is my essential nature? It is going to give me the money. Is it going to give me the bungalow? Is it going to give me the big, costliest car? What? It will give me any reward or award? In the second line, oh, I will tell you, my dear, it won't give certainly money, bungalow. Now only we said give up all your money, give up all your desires. It never give you name and fame, nothing. But you know, which it gives samsarad achirat bhava muktaha. You will be freed from this cycle of transmigration, samsara, suffering. Samsara is equal to simple meaning is suffering. All kinds of suffering. All kinds of suffering, once for all for good, you will be relieved. Samsarat, atichirat, very quickly. Atichirat means if you work hard, if you sincerely walk in this path, if you really mean business about spirituality in this life itself. In this life itself. So, achirat, bhavamuktaha, you will be freed. That's why Shastra emphasizes about the Jivan Mukti. We want Mukti here while living in spite of, in spite of. Nothing can stop me to be as a Jivan Mukta, Jnana Nishtavan. So samsarad achirat muktaha bhavati tvam. You will get, this is the benefit. You want it, take it, then make it, own it. If you want it, take it, own it, that's it. So samsara chira bhava mukta. Then I didn't understand what is mukti samsara. Then listen Shastra more and more. Already we said a lot in this 30 shlokas itself. Then the third one, uh, once again I am telling you, my dear, so you want to get this, reach this goal of your life, and which helps you to get liberated by yourself permanently, uh, mukti. You need to follow one sadhana. Just I am summarizing like one line only. What is that third line? Sendriya Manasa Niyama Devam. See, again, how beautiful conclusion. Sa Indriya Manasa Niyamad Evam. Only by disciplining yourself and your material social life, You are controlling your senses and the mind, keeping them under your control. Then only it is possible. For that sake only we have spoken so many things in so many different angles. So sa indriya manasa niyamad eva, that is very important word, underline. Only I want to indulge, I enjoy, but I want the God. That's why we want the world, but we want to use the God to get whatever we want in the world. So God is a broker or what? We are keeping the God as a mediator because he is a omniscient, omnipotent, omniscient. But I am omniscient, I am omnipotent. So I beg from him. Okay, God is good. God is good. He is always good. He gives. How long? He also gets fed up. Why this fellow is continuously keep on asking, asking, asking? Then he will also keep quiet. I give any human body. You can realize yourself and the Atma. Then instead of that, you are keep on begging from me. What is the difference for a beggar who is sitting outside of the temple with a small bowl, and you are coming inside by keeping a big empty bowl inside your heart? Even though you are having, you are so rich, you came by a costliest car, you came with the costliest dress. Of course, you give me a costliest thing also. huh? The costly people will give the costly things only to the God, no? But God feels funny and wonders. Then why you are begging from me again and again, again? And why you are having fear? Okay, Lord, I am not begging anything from you, but I am having a fear that whatever I am having, I may lose it. Ah, you may lose it. Where is the guarantee? That's why, man, this gain and loss, sukha, dukkha, get out of from this mess of the material world. Try, seek for the gnanam and know about your essential nature. So, sa indriya manasa niyamadevu modal sadhana. Not modal, not beginning. That is the very important, topmost. In and around the two things only, all kinds of sadhanas falls. Now, finally, I will tell you, you cannot walk on the spiritual path by yourself, even though you know little, even though you feel like I know the way now, but never think like that until you reach the goal. You need the help of a guru. Very important. Even though you have the mirror in front of you, huh, even though you have eyes of your own, you cannot see your face. What a tragedy. Then you require a mirror. That mirror is the Shastra. Even though I am Atma self, but you cannot know yourself, my dear. Look at me. I will tell you. I will guide you. But Shastra cannot guide and talk or speak with us directly. Then the Guru holds that mirror of Shastra and showing to us. It is like this. If you want to teach uh, talking to the parrot, parrots will speak if you teach some words. The person who trains that parrot, he won't stand and tell the words in front. It won't do. He shows the mirror to the parrot, and this fellow hide behind the mirror, and he speaks. Then the parrot look at the mirror, and because this it sees another parrot, and it thinks that, oh, this parrot is talking. It's saying hello, hello, but really the person trainer talking, and slowly it will try to imitate and follow. In the same way, Guru stands behind the Shastra. Guru who is doesn't have holding the mirror of Shastra and showing to you is not a Guru. Don't mistake me. Understand? So in this way, Guru Charana Ambuja Nirbhara Bhaktaha. You must surrender at the feet of the Guru, the lotus feet of the Guru, and have a tremendous commitment and the sincerity, respect, and humility. Nirbhara Bhaktaha. Your heart should be filled with, okay, filled with. Nirbharana, filled with a bhakti, devotion towards the feet of your Guru. Then only it is possible, then you will listen Shastra from him. Unless you have the humility, respect, and the Shraddha Bhakti, it is impossible for a person to climb the ladder of the spirituality. Now, after saying this, we have completed the entire Bhajagovindam as it is. But if anybody is not ready for this ultimate purpose of this Bhajagovindam, one master added one small shloka. I will tell that also and conclude today. भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं मूढमते नामस्मरणाधन्योपायं न हि पश्यामो भवतरणे सार Atma, all these things I am finding difficult to understand. My mind is not that much ready, qualified. Okay, don't worry. You will get the qualification. So at least do the bhajan of the Govinda. That means have a pure devotion. The devotion also should be pure. And this Namasmarana alone is the only way for a people who cannot come to the level of the Gnana. They have to prepare themselves and equip themselves another few more years or the Janmas. Then only they are fit for the Gnana sadhana. Because in Gnana there is nothing, no sadhana. But still, this beautiful shloka added by another great acharya. So with this, with the grace of the many of our acharyas and the grace of the Lord, we have completed listening of the Bhajagovindam, a beautiful composition of Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya. We are very much should be grateful. We must show the gratitude to the Guru, great acharyas. With this, we'll conclude it here today. Bhajagovindam. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ हरि ओम तत्सत्